How often have you heard, "I'm just too busy," or "I don't have any time," or "There never seems to be enough time in the day to do what I want to do"? First off, you know that that's BS, right? Even saying that makes you sound kind of lame. Time is the great equalizer. We all have exactly the same amount of it. Oprah has the same 24/7, 365 that you do. Jeff Bezos, Howard Schultz of Starbucks, or Richard Branson, Warren Buffett, and all those that you saw me present on the cover of Success magazine have exactly the same amount of time that you do. But somehow they seem to have way more time than you do. It's almost as if they have some supernatural powers, right? And it's true. They do. They have developed a God-like power. The power to manufacture time out of thin air. Would you love to have that superpower too? I'm going to teach it to you. Over the next few episodes, I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can play God with time too. In the compound effect, I discuss how small, seemingly insignificant, compounded choices, behaviors, and habits can create magical and radical results. Now I will show you how to apply this magic to time, giving you seemingly supernatural powers to manufacture time seemingly out of thin air. To introduce you to the math magic of compound interest, we'll use the rule of 72. If you divide your rate of return or interest rate into 72, then you'll know approximately how many years it will take to double your money. 72 divided by interest rate equals number of years to double. For instance, if we use the stock market's average return over the last 50 years of 10%, then it takes 7.2 years to double whatever money you put in. 72 divided by 10 equals 7.2. Put in $100,000 and you'll end up with nearly $200,000 in 7.2 years, seemingly by magic. To make things even more magical, in 30 years, your $100,000 would be $1.7 million. How is that possible? How does $100,000 become $1.7 million? Well, it's magic, or the magic of compounded returns. That is why Einstein called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world, as if it has some supernatural magic power. Now, you can use this same supernatural magic power to also manufacture time in your life. As I said, there are 3 ways. Here's the first. Invest a small amount of time now in areas that will compound in the future. I'll give you an example. A while back, I wanted to get the global entry designation so that when I traveled internationally, I could skip through the customs line, saving hours each way. It also guarantees TSA pre-check at every airport with every airline as well. But they were first requiring me to fill out many tedious forms with a litany of personal information that my assistants didn't know, thus I couldn't delegate it to them to be completed. Well, there were always more urgent things to be done than the mundane, tedious paperwork. Then even after filling out all the forms, I would be required to show up for an appointment at an inconvenient place at an inconvenient time. Well, there would just never be time for that. With my full throttle lifestyle, it never made it to the top of the priority list, and this went on for 2 years. Then, after sitting in one too many painfully long customs lines, I finally decided to stop what I was doing and tackle the global entry application hassle. In total, the whole shebang cost me 5 hours of my life. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but to me, 5 hours is a serious investment of time. And here's the big lesson. That investment started saving me at least 15 minutes per leg of any flight that I took, and I got to keep my shoes on. At that time, I was taking about 100 flights a year. That means the investment of those 5 hours magically manufactured 25 hours a year I didn't have before. 25! Over 5 years, the return on that investment was 125 hours, or 15.5 full working days that I got for free. I could have taken a 2-week vacation, costing me 0 productivity and time, all because I made the 5-hour investment up front. There are a million little places where you can spend a little time today, and the time that it saves you in the future will compound manufacturing time that you wouldn't have had otherwise. Think about it. What investments of time can you make this week that will compound time in the future? Maybe it's finally doing the paperwork to set up auto deposit with your bank, or installing and learning the mobile app so that you can deposit checks electronically, saving you dozens of trips to the bank. Maybe it's setting up your desk and filing system on the weekend so that you can fly faster through the workday. Maybe it's setting up a travel system of dedicated toiletries, clothing, bag, etc., so that the prep and pack time for every trip is cut in half. Maybe it's creating an orientation manual or training video so the time spent hiring and onboarding new employee is cut in half and their effectiveness is increased significantly. Maybe instead of cooking individual meals each day, dedicate a few hours on the weekend to meal prep for the week. This investment will save you lots of time during the week. Maybe it's learning a new software or tool that can help you automate tasks. The initial time spent learning will quickly pay off as that task used to take you hours will now take minutes. And quite frankly, the best way that I have learned to manufacture time is by studying someone else's life work compressed into the best of what they've learned into a book or a training program. What took somebody else 40 to 50 years to discover, I can get in a few days. That practice has accelerated and compounded my results in ways so unimaginable, it most certainly feels like magic. And look, trust me, I know that stopping your universe-denting, rainmaking, save-the-world functions to write out a procedure checklist, to learn a software tool, or to go to a seminar sounds like a waste of time. And even in the moment, it definitely might seem so. But once done, the compound effect will be ignited, and it will start manufacturing time and improving your effectiveness so significantly, it will seem almost supernatural. So, where will you invest a small amount of time today in areas that will compound in the future? Share what few areas you'll focus on in the comments below.